And good evening and welcome to Planet Herring. I am Michael and we are having another how to practice session for the Global MX-5 Cup Fix series. And so didn't do one this past week for Tsukuba 2000 full because I have actually done two of those. The first one that I did just as a quick thing for some local guys that I know that actually has turned into one of my most watched videos, and so I did another one in the new format. Both of those you can find on the channel on YouTube. If you're watching this live on Twitch, you certainly can watch me make the video, but ideally, or I guess this will be a video that is used for reference purposes later on. So you can definitely catch that on my YouTube channel, youtube.planetherring.com. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to
Start your engine.
do its little thing. Forgot to turn that off actually. Meant to, but did not do it. In fact, I meant to get past that completely. So let's see. So first of all, I am going to look at lap time. So right now, my fastest lap so far in the practice session, fresh out of the box, standard fixed baseline setup is a 101.8, and that is pretty consistent with what I have done in the last time I ran this course in this configuration with this car. And that was about a year ago, almost exactly. And so during that race, 101s, I think I ran that race like 3 times that week. It ranged from a very high 1 minute even to a 102, 103. It's really going to depend on the field and who you're racing against. I do know that the more advanced cup races, the setups allow you to get down in the 57s and 58s. With the fixed setup, it doesn't seem like you can really get down into those unless you're just really, really good at throwing the car around with the baseline setup. So, or if you're really low on fuel, which you can't really get down low fuel here when you're trying to qualify in a in a fixed setup car. So, before we do anything else, let's go for a quick drive onto the track, and then I'll come back and we will look at my 101 lap, which is absolutely the fastest I have been able to do. That, like I said, that pretty much matches what I did last year. It matches the best I've been able to do so far in my practice running here for a few laps this year. So let's go out on track. And I'm going to go ahead and let's flip over to this view. Go ahead and turn off everything else. So let's see. I'm going to also adjust my screen here. There we go. Okay. So as I've stated before, this is one of the few cars that I do drive 100% manual, no assist, no auto clutch, no auto flip. I do heel and toe. Um, and so hopefully getting the maximum out of the car. So Okayama Short is actually a pretty easy little track. I don't know that it's too crazy, but we'll come back around to turn one. So this is going into turn two. This is going to be breaking down from third to second here. You're going to want to try to do that without throwing the car into convulsions. Second here, hugging the curves, but not too tightly. And you should be back up into third actually by this time. Definitely want to stay off the curb there to the right. That will absolutely spin you, especially once you get to the grass. Coming in here just before turn in, you're going to very quickly and very hard come down to second for this left-hander. Hug the inside turn, get back up here. You're going to get just enough to get to third, and then you're going to almost immediately kick back down to second. And you need to do that without throwing the car into too many fits there. Keeping nice and tight is the line that I like to run. This, you're going to get up to third. Then right past here, you're going to get up into fourth. Don't wind the car completely out. That's going to be one of the things that is very important. Is don't try to outrun the car as far as winding the yeah, sorry, can't talk. Winding the throttle out fully. You're not gaining anything because of it's such a small light car. So go ahead, pretty much as soon as you hit the red, go ahead and shift. Now we'll be going down the straight here, coming off fourth gear, and then just as soon as you get to red, you will be just past this line, coming up to the bridge. You're going to just get it into fifth, and then pretty much right as you get to the watchtower there, you're going to downshift all the way to third, turn in, get the apex, and then track it right out to the side. This will get you back up to third. Hold third here, hard brake, and get down to second. Come way out, keep the momentum. Don't try to cut in too tight. That will allow to keep you pretty much by here. You're going to be back up to third for certain. Keep it, feather the throttle, whatever you got to do. More steering lock. Get it around. Keep off the extra curb off the right hand side there. Get up to about here. Hard. You should be to fourth by then. You're hard down to second. 2 downshifts. Rapid succession. You're going to get back up to third. Just as you get to third, you're going to get here, right back down to second. Keep it in nice and tight. As soon as you see the outside there, don't do it too early. Get full back onto the throttle. Gonna get here, you'll be the fourth by right about there. Come right to here, right before you get to this dirt here. Brake hard, going towards the apex. Back down to third. Get back on. Track out, use as much as you need. Try not to get into the sand, and there you go. So I don't know if we're going to be quite getting up to fifth here, but I'll try doing a full speed lap. That would have been fifth. Down to third.
Sector 3 is 7.5, off your best.
Like I said, keep it nice and tidy. Back up to third there. Let it come around. A little bit of throttle.
Sector 1 is 0.41, off your best.
Don't worry about the car over revving. Full speed. Get it back into third. Nice and tight on the apex. Get it to fourth. Get that apex there. Make sure you absolutely get back on the throttle. There's where fourth should actually be. There's where fifth is, and
that was a 102.09. That puts you 0.28, slower than your best.
Yep, no kidding. Be careful of letting the transmission kick you out there.
Sector 1 time is good.
Hard back on the gas. Third. Second. Right on the cusp of my fastest time.
Sector 2 is 0.05, off your best.
Wow, actually going a little bit faster. And there you go.
That was a 101.60. Sector 3 time is quick.
Yeah, so you can see just little minor adjustments in braking points and getting back on the throttle. Absolutely. So see, I didn't even think it was was possible.
Take your time, start it back up and get back in the race.
Didn't even think it was possible to get some extra time out of there, but then ended up finding
Your
2
sector 2
tenths
time is quick.
right there at the end there. So let's take a look at that lap, especially, although I kind of feel like it was a little messy. All right, so we're going to go bring it back to the starting line there, and let's get rid of the lap indicator and make sure we can actually see my dash there. So there you can see I'm in 5th, getting ready to downshift. See what kind of speed we get up to here. We're up to 105, 106. So right about here. So as you can see, pretty quickly down to 3rd. So see, we're just getting into 3rd. We're holding it. Now see, that's what I'm talking about. You can definitely have to watch out there. I didn't really track out as far as I normally would there, but I did feel the back end wanting to let go of me. I did downshift a little too quickly, but managed to save it. So definitely cut in tight there. Get it back into 3rd. Get off that curve as quickly as possible, and then of course 4th, and then right down to 3rd, 2nd. Nice and tight through there. Now immediately down to 2nd, right there at the curb. Coming up to 4th, right there, and then right there again on right where the dirt's at. Pretty good spot. That hasn't changed. Right, yeah, right as you're coming up to that, immediately down to 3rd, get into that apex and get back on the throttle. So let's look at that again from outside. So we'll go back here to this 101. I'm going to change it to the chase mode. There we go. Make it a little bit easier to see here. All right, so we are coming down the track. And as you can see, not quite to the guard tower, probably right. If you look over, you can see the beginning of the blue line for the pit exit. Can't really see the cone because that's on my rightmost monitor, but between there and the guard shack, well, I mean, not really guard shack, I guess the worker shack over on the left-hand side, you're going to really hard down to 3rd here. Hit that apex, wind it out, stay down the left-hand side, cut it in, and brake. And you can see the tail get really kind of loose there. Did manage to take as much track and apex all 3 of those. A little bit of curb at the end. Don't get out too far. And there you go, past the 50 marker, which you can actually see right there. Well, a little bit farther for you guys. Right there on the right, you're going to go past that just a hair. Late as you dare, really. Get back on it from 2nd to 3rd, and then brake back down to 2nd. Nice and tight. 2nd, 3rd. Should be able to do this full throttle through here. As long as you get nice and tight on that curve there. Don't cut it. You don't want to do that. And then as you can see, pretty much as I'm getting to the end of the dirt here, just a little bit before. Brake, down to 3rd, nice apex. use as much of that as you want. Try to keep it tidy, and then across the line. And I really do think, if you're in VR, or you know how to push it just a little bit more than I do, a little bit better late braking or shifting. If your technique's a little bit better, you absolutely can eke down into the 1 minutes or the very low 101s. Um, and have a very good chance of winning. You really do. So hopefully that has been helpful. Okayama is not one of my favorite tracks, but I actually do pretty well here, both in the short configuration and in the long configuration, the full configuration. Um, Again, I didn't do one for Sakuba because I had already done two of those. And next week, I believe, is the Lime Rock chicane version, which is also not really one of my best. Um, but we'll certainly do a how-to on that as well. But I think with this, I'm gonna call it. Um, Really, like I said, it's a matter of your driving style. MX-5 is very much a momentum car. You very much want to be clean and neat and carry that speed through the corners. It does not have the power to get you out of jams or to really make up for your mistakes. So you really have to drive it properly. Um, so hopefully these how-tos are helpful. And with that, I am going to call this video. So there's the end card. This video will be up on YouTube very shortly because we do start the week tomorrow. Um, you can get to the YouTube channel very easily, youtube.planetherring.com, and of course Twitch at twitch.planetherring.com, and doing a lot of different content, doing all of my live streaming through Twitch now. Try to get both platforms with my content. So if you're on Twitch, certainly follow, or I don't think I have any subscriptions or anything like that. You can certainly donate. And on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, and like I said, hopefully these are being helpful. And thanks for watching.